In this video, in the KAS IDE overview series, I'm going to teach you how to do the online change feature. This will allow you to make changes to PLC code running on our controller without having to stop and then download new code. The main steps to do this are, first you have to turn on the online change feature in the PLC options menu. Then while you're connected to a controller, you can press the Edit Debug Mode button in order to make changes to the PLC code currently on the controller. After you've made your changes, you have to press the compile button and have a successful compile before you're allowed to go to the last step, which is pressing the online change button in order to download your new code while the program is still running. I'm going to demonstrate the online change feature using our 2-axis gearing template. First step, I'm going to have to click on the PLC options button found in this top menu bar to the left of the compile checkbox, and I'm going to click the online change enabled checkbox. Then I press OK, and now I can connect to my controller, and you do have to do a compile and download after turning the feature on before it will be active. Now that my program is running, I can start it, enable my motors, hit the run stop button, and you'll see that my slave axis is following the master at a 2-to-1 ratio. And that's because our built-in project template has that ratio set using a gear in function block. So you can have this as set numbers, but I'm going to want to modify this in order to make it a variable. So the second step will be to click the toggle edit debug mode so my program stops animating and instead goes to edit mode so I can make changes to it. Now when I double click the variable input, I can change it from 2 and create a new variable called gear ratio. Now before I can click the PLC Online Change button, I do have to click the compile button and have a successful compile. Now you'll see with the orange color shown at the bottom that the project on my controller is different than what's on the KAS IDE software. So I can then press the PLC Online Change button and it will download the new code to my project. Now instead of having a set 2-to-1 ratio, I have a variable which I can set myself. Now when I go to the control panel, recall the move, the slave axis is now going at a -1-to-1 ratio, so at the same speed in the opposite direction. Or I can change it to a 3-to-1 ratio. After you have a successful online change, you can verify it under the Controller Log tab of the Information and Logs section of the KAS IDE software. Also, after a successful online change, this second button on the top bar, PLC Online Change Revert to Previous Version, will become active. If I press this, it will undo the download and go back to running the original code downloaded to the controller. Also note that when you press it, you have a pop-up warning saying that after it's done, it will disconnect the KAS IDE software from the controller.